88 Lions squad then, made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels, who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the 1 series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Morning all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Barry Glendenning, brought to you by Mr. Travis Perkins. Thank you, Travis, doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. I did call out, Barry, for somebody to play I Spy. This text says, it's finally happened. This show has become the footballing equivalent of West Ham.
Oh, that's harsh.
For its entertaining ambition. Come on now. That's brutal. It's got no legs, this show. It's got no legs in the middle. Listeners streaming out before the end, an hour in. And you can just see, because we're on TV now as well, you'll just see listeners all just walking away from their radios.
Yeah. I remember once Sunderland got so bad that there was a vox pop done outside the stadium light once, and a handful of fans admitted the only reason they were there is so they could voice their dissatisfaction or make their displeasure known by leaving early.
Well, I mean...
So I guess listeners are tuning into this show just so they can switch over to something, I'm not going to say better, different after the opening 10 minutes.
Well, listen, if nobody wants to play I Spy, someone did call, but they wanted to talk about football, so we hung up on them. There's neither the time nor the place. How indecent.
I don't know if you heard Tom reading the news there. He was listing potential replacements for Nuno when he inevitably leaves Nottingham Forest. I'm going to say in the next 72 hours.
Okay.
If not before kick-off in today's game. And he commented on a wince to his left. Just to be clear, it was I who winced, and I winced specifically at the mention of Jose Mourinho's name, not Ange Postecoglou's. But the more I think about it, can you imagine? What a combination.
Jose
and Marinakis. I mean, that would be so entertaining. Two very like-minded individuals in the field of performative outrage, in, I think, maybe genuinely thinking everyone is out to get them.
Yeah.
No strangers to metaphorical two-footed tackles and whatnot. I think I'm in favour of it.
It's funny, isn't it? You know, when you predict the season and you go, okay, well, I think they'll finish there, they'll finish there, blah, blah, blah. And nobody goes, do you know what I think? A week in, after a really good performance, Forest will sack Nuno. You're like, well, what's the point? We can't predict this stuff. I said,
well, I mean, that's not preposterously out of the realm of pre-season possibility.
No, it isn't. But
he is a very easy man to fall out with. I imagine.
Not Nuno.
No. Well, he probably is too, but certainly Mr. Marinakis does seem, I'm going to say, volatile.
But remember, I said this yesterday, he's got no actual control over the club now.
Oh, yes, because it's in a blind trust.
It's in a blind trust.
But maybe Nuno has fallen out with the members of the blind trust. I'd forgotten that.
Yeah, he's got no control at all. Oh, great. Who's calling for I Spy? Who is it? Tell us. Oh, great. Welcome to the show, Paul, the Manchester United fan. Hey, Paul, you okay?
I'm very good, thanks, Max. How are you?
Excellent. Really good.
Hi, Paul.
Now, just for the record, we have the extra half hour. We're trying to decide what to do between 1 and 1:30. And we've got guesty attendance in there, and that is a staple. I think I Spy might be a good idea. Now, in the WhatsApp group, Barry was very dismissive about I Spy. So this is very much...
I wasn't massively dismissive. I just said I wanted no part of I Spy.
Okay, I feel you are going to have a part of it now, because Paul has phoned...
It's not new for Barry to be dismissive, Max.
You're absolutely right. So look, obviously, without telling us exactly what you're looking at, could you set the scene so we've got some idea of... Because that's the tricky thing about Radio I Spy. We're not in the same room as you. So look, where do we find you, Paul?
Okay, so I'm stood in the kitchen.
Okay, great. That's all we need, yeah?
Very close to the back door, so I can leave early for the show today.
Of course. You can stream out.
You've already headed for the exit.
Okay, right. So you lead the way. I think we all know how I Spy works.
Yeah.
And
Barry, can I just ask, Paul, is there a window in your back door? Can you see through it? Or is it open?
It's frosted, Barry.
Frosted glass. Okay, right, I see. Because of what you get up to in your kitchen, but that is your own choice, Paul. Okay, let's play. You kick off then, Paul. Who do you want to start, me or Barry?
We'll go with you, Max.
Okay, fine, I'll start. Here we go.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with A.
A. Is it an apricot?
A as in apricot, but it's not apricot.
Okay, Barry, over to you.
Is it an apron?
It isn't.
Maybe Paul's doing all right. Is it an Arga?
No.
I can't think of any. Kitchen A.
Kitchen A.
Is it? I'm out of ideas.
This is great, Barry. This is good stuff. 3 things.
I'm beginning to
Let
think.
me know when you need a clue to wrap it up, guys.
No.
We're
no
sticking with
clues.
this for 2.5 hours if we have to.
No clues, Paul. We'll sack everyone. No,
I'm going to pass on this one.
Can't pass. It's the only what we're not. He's not doing 6 things. He's just doing one thing. We've named 3
I can't
things
think of
beginning with A, Barry.
Okay, is it an apple?
Oh, damn, that was my guess.
No.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm in exactly the same position. I was there. I was cocky with the apple, but it's gone. Is
How
it?
am I listening?
So, okay.
What did he say?
Is it an Alexa?
It is.
Ah, there we go. Well, I mean, you kind of ruined it, Paul, by giving me such a clue. But we would have been.
What was the clue?
How am I listening to this?
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh well, thanks.
Yeah, I've got an appointment at 2:00, Max.
I understand. Thanks, Paul. Sorry for taking up your time.
Yes, thank you, Paul.
Thank you, mate. What did you think, Barry?
I thought
We
it was
would've-
good, actually, but I would never have guessed Alexa.
We'd have been here forever. It would have been like a really long version.
But
of
is
football.
Alexa not more of a
brand?
than a
right.
thing?
So what's
like
a smart,
what is the thing called?
smart speaker?
Yes.
And that doesn't begin with A.
No, it doesn't, does it?
We were in the same boat that neither of us could have thought of anything.
Then
beginning with
Aga
A.
is a brand as well.
That is true.
Other ranges.
Milton says, "Is it an avocado?" You're late. Aaron at the car boot says, "Is it an Arsenal tea towel?" You see, look, people are enjoying this.
Okay.
So it's got legs. Okay, when we do one a week, we won't do lots of it, but we'll just do one a week.
All right.
But you know, it's
enjoyed
good.
that.
Yeah, it's good. Max Dan says, "We owe you an apology." Great radio, says Dan. Thanks. Although I do, as a fan of this show, Dan, I think we've just lowered his quality threshold over the last 13
They
years.
said it couldn't be done, man.
And that wasn't even the new feature. That's coming up at 1. That was just a bit of. Do you know what what I'm worried about is because I didn't hear the whole of Sean Custis and Henry Winter, but I've got a feeling that they did 45 minutes of I Spy because it's their kind of thing, isn't
I
it?
mean, there's a TV on the background here, and Chris Boyd, who's the fella in the middle?
Great question.
Everton, James McFadden,
Yeah.
and Chris Sutton. But the way the camera was just on them and they were staring down the camera, it looked as if they were judging us, and not in a good way.
Andy Jacob says, "I Spy with my life, something beginning with A terrible idea for a radio feature. How dare you?" Trouble is, Andy, you've got to keep up with the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Maybe that ship has sailed for you. I don't know. Anyway, it is Max and Barry on the warm-up. And we're here till 1:30. We'll do a Premier League review next.
This is the talkSPORT Goal Show. It's the show for the fans. It's done by the fans.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Yes!
He is an unlocker of defences. That problem or something to say.
You don't have the right to say anything about something. I do.
This nonsense kills the game.
Morning all, the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden, Barry Glendenning with you till 1:30. Richard says, I had money on air fryer. Damn you.
Yeah.
My next guest was alpaca, says Ryan. Red Dog, 1865. You really need to do better. Marinakis took back control of the club as soon as they couldn't qualify for the Champions League. There'd be no conflict because Olympiacos and Forest were playing different competitions. The fallout is between Nuno and Edu. Yeah. Do better.
Do better, Max.
Sorry. And
anyone who tells me or anyone else to do better, I mean, is there a more pompous thing you can possibly say to anybody than do better? I said it to someone I know a few weeks ago.
Oh, dear.
And I immediately felt a great sense of shame wash over me. And I subsequently texted them and apologised and said...
Can we ask the subject matter?
I'm not going to say because the person in question might be listening.
Okay.
But, what made the situation worse was I was advising him on something that was none of my business.
Oh, wow.
So it was absolutely none of my business.
Right.
I had a go at him. It was a friend. And I said, you need to do better. And as soon as I said it, I just felt 2 inches tall because it's such a pompous thing to say.
I can't believe you said. I'm sort of judging you.
Yeah, you know, you've every right to judge me.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm generally my own harshest critic. Well, no, I'm not. That's not true. But I am a harsh critic of myself. Yeah, I'm definitely not my harshest critic. I've seen what's said about me. And I've heard what people say about me behind my back when I'm not in the pub. But, yeah, don't ever tell anyone to do better because it just sounds so pompous.
You're unlikely to follow the advice, aren't you?
I'm not going to follow the advice of someone who is pompous and unaware, self-aware enough to tell me or anyone else to do better. So do better, guy.
Red
told
Dog.
Max to do better.
Come on, do better, Red Dog. I'm listening to your programme while changing over my shepherd's hut for new guest arrivals later today. As soon as I finish, hang on 1 second. David Johnson has texted "do better" 500 times, and so it's sent the text to the bottom. As soon as I finish, I'm out of here and you're out of your programme. You've got 50 minutes to impress, says Patrick in Brighton.
A lot to unpick. So a shepherd's hut. Is he expecting a shepherd? Or is it a sheep? Yeah. Or some border collies?
How many shepherds are there in Brighton? Can't be many.
There's probably a few.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
there'll be people who've left London. They didn't enjoy their office job in
no, it's just hard.
Canary Wharf. Right. They've made their money, so they decide, I know what I'll do. I'll go to Sussex and become a shepherd.
Just so they can
leave the rat race.
Get a 3-page spread in the Observer magazine. Yeah. Dan says it's abundantly clear that no one involved in this radio programme has ever heeded the instruction to do better. Here's a Premier League review.
Max and Barry's Premier League review on talkSPORT.
Where should we start, Barry? The Etihad?
Yeah, why not?
Tottenham were good, weren't they?
They were very good. You must have been very pleased with that. I guess I know you were sad, not furious. I I downloaded a podcast, a Spurs-specific podcast, for the first time this week.
Okay.
Just to hear how
the
how angry Danny Kelly was about the Eze thing. And he was very angry, was Danny. It was poetic. But, you know, he said he wasn't embarrassed because he said embarrassment is a useless emotion. You know, you can't really do anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
But he said rage is it's a powerful emotion. And he was furious. But it was well worth listening to. He's a very eloquent man.
Oh yeah, it's a good podcast, isn't it? I what did I think? I thought maybe those people who kept banging on about Ange being the right man for the job, even after he'd gone, you know, those people need to have a long, hard look at themselves in a mirror. And do you have a mirror?
Are you saying you need to do better, Matt?
I'm saying I need to do better by taking a long, hard look in the mirror. And I just thought it was such a brilliant performance. Okay, City started pretty well. Spurs, I wouldn't say weathered the storm. They weathered a kind of tiny shower. Vicario made one really good save from Marmoush. And obviously, goals change games, Brian, don't they? And that would have been very different. But after they scored, they were in total control. Like normally when Tottenham are 2-0 up, it was interesting. The reason
white knuckle, right?
It is. And actually, you know, they did against PSG, they were 2-0 up, and that must have been on their minds in the Super Cup. And also, it was interesting over the Eze thing. I know it's slightly different, but loads of Palace fans were sort of tweeting, it's amazing how humble the Tottenham fans are being about signing Eze. You know, and it's because every Tottenham fan was thinking, we're not getting, you know, something's going to go wrong. And it's the same when Tottenham are 2-0 up in a game that they're dominating. Yeah. You just think, this will go wrong. And it didn't, because they were so much better than City. The midfield, that midfield three of Paulinho, Bentancur and Sarr was so good. Paulinho is a brilliant signing. I like that he looks a bit like an accountant. Like, he doesn't look like a footballer, and yet he is everywhere. Sarr is a different player to last year, as is Bentancur, as is, Richarlison as well. Kudus' running with the ball is sensational. And I'm now getting completely carried away with myself. I remember, of course, Ange won 8 and drew 2 of his first 10 games. And Spurs always seem to win at the Etihad. So I don't know how much you read into it, but it was a brilliant performance.
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance by Spurs. I was watching this with a pal, and we had a $5 bet on it before kickoff. I took City, he took Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him the draw as well. And I just chucked him a $5 about 15 minutes into the second half. City aren't coming. They're not going to score. I could not see them scoring at all. And that's a testament to Frank's organisational skills. I have to say, today, I feel a little bit sorry for James Trafford. I'm sure he doesn't want my sympathy particularly. He seems like a very confident young man and a good goalkeeper, even if I do slightly still hold it against him that his time wasting led to Sunderland not getting beaten by Burnley. I can't remember if they drew or lost. He saved 2 penalties.
Oh, right.
But he seems to be being scapegoated for this in a way I think is a little unfair.
I thought he got more and more nervous as the game went on.
Well, I'm not surprised, because he was getting evils. He made a mistake. He was quite lucky not to get penalised for that barge on Kudus, I think. It wasn't necessarily a sending off, but yeah,
he was taking a big risk doing what he did.
Big risk.
Yeah.
And he was getting daggers from his manager on the sideline, who was gesticulating at him, telling him to hurry up and do this and do that. And when you're trying to keep one eye on, or concentrate in the game, and keeping one eye on this head coach who's just decided to pick on you for the afternoon, no wonder he was nervous.
Yeah,
but.
And now they're buying Donnarumma, which I think is really interesting. Like, he's obviously a brilliant goalkeeper, but, he's not a Pep keeper.
No, I don't understand why they just don't keep Ederson unless there's been some sort of falling out that I'm not aware of.
I mean, Donnarumma is clearly a brilliant keeper, but it changes how you play the game.
I think Trafford is clearly a brilliant keeper as well. And if he's going to be judged on one performance, his second in goal for City, that seems a bit harsh to me.
Yeah. Brennan Johnson's an interesting player because he just scores goals all the time. And and yet Tottenham fans don't love him. He scored the winner in the Europa League final.
Or do they still not like him?
I don't know if they don't like him. I think there's a sort of air of, what does he do apart from score goals? Like Frank Lampard. Apart from do this really important bit of the game, what's he actually doing? It was interesting on Match Today. Guy Mowbray went, Trafford is older and wiser. Just as he did it really well. He went, well, that wasn't very wise straight away, just before the goal. But I thought they just looked flat, City. I mean, they just didn't.
Well, compared to last weekend, like we were raving about them last weekend. We were raving about Tijani Reinders, how good he was. He did nothing yesterday.
No.
So, sometimes teams don't play well.
No, they didn't.
Moving swiftly along to Leeds.
yeah. They didn't play well at Arsenal. What did you make of this one?
Well, it's been a great week for Arsenal, isn't it? They gazumped Spurs. Eze was introduced yesterday. They won emphatically. That kid, Max Dowman, made his Premier League debut. Gyökeres scored 2 goals. What's not to like? Apart from, obviously, the fact that Saka and Odegaard both got injured. So, Arsenal have three players injured already, just 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah, I know it could. I mean, the point is that I think they play Liverpool next weekend.
Yeah.
And, however close the title race might be, that it might cost them the title losing those two, depending on how long they've gone. They were out for a lot of last season.
Well, at least they have covered this season. Everyone's worried, where is Eze going to play? Well, take your pick, Abarici. Where would you like to play?
I play on the right and in the 10? Is that all right? Yeah, it's a real shame for those two, isn't it? I think the nice thing about Gyökeres' goal is, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're nervous about it, and he snapped at that chance a bit early, snatched at it rather.
And it was a very Gyökeres goal.
Yeah, the goal he scored is like he can, he can score a goal by himself, which is a good skill for a centre forward to have. He's out wide on the left and he does a lot of work.
I would say questionable marking, to say the least. From
yes, I think so. And Dowman does look good, doesn't he? Did he get those free? Got a free kick, and I was like, has he just got a free kick because he's 15? I hope the ref went, come on, he's 15. On a Sunday league pitch, he's 15. You could be his dad. There's a lot of that. It's sort of mad that he's 15.
It's crazy. It's just insane.
And has that much confidence.
I won't say what I was doing when I was 15, Max.
I think we all know.
Family show.
I think we all know. And you didn't need to be outside, did you? You very much needed to be. In fact, better that you weren't outside.
I didn't need a sports sock.
No. Oh, dear. Anyway, Arsenal were really good in this game when they... look, at Leeds did lose, but at least it's good, and we'll do the Burnley game in just a second.
But we can skip past the Burnley game.
And we have to go in great detail. But they've all won. They've all got 3 points.
Yep.
Burnley, Leeds and whoever, Sunderland. And so that is good, isn't it? It's the Premier League is more interesting currently. And it's only 2 games in, but the title isn't wrapped up yet.
As our friend Nicky Bandini tells us, they say in Italy, football in August is a lie. Yeah. It's fake news, Max.
It's all fake.
So if you're a West Ham fan, don't worry. What you've seen over the past 2 games, it hasn't happened.
It's not real. It isn't real. Okay, it's Max and Barry with you until 1:30. With Travis Perkins doing what matters for the trade. Find out more at travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. More Premier League review in just a second. Morning all, the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Barry Glendenning with you till 1:30. George in Essex says, new idea for a game between 1 and 1:30. We have a new one with Charlie Baker at 1. Guess the order. Randomly pick a Saturday within Premier League history. Let's say Saturday the 17th of November 2012. Max gives Barry and another guest the games played, and Max and Barry, and then Barry and the guest have to guess the match of the day running order for those. 3 points for 2 games in a row. 5 points for the order in correct order. What do you think?
Would we get to hear the scores?
No.
Okay.
Maybe the first round is without the scores and then with the scores.
Right. Yeah, that's certainly better than any idea for a feature I've come up with in the last 15
This text
or
says,
13 years.
Is Barry going on tour with his Blue show this Christmas? Yes. John says, yes, you do need to do the Burnley game. Yes, you do need to say how £2.3 million Josh Cullen had a £50 million Sunderland midfield in his pocket. And you do need to talk about the IKEA Maldini. Ekdal keeping Sunderland out. Do better, he says. What did you make of Burnley 2, Sunderland 0?
I think Burnley deserved to win. I think the goal they had disallowed probably shouldn't have been disallowed. I thought it was quite soft. And I think Simon Adingra, Sunderland winger, was quite lucky not to get sent off. So not a great afternoon for Sunderland. Certainly a really good one for Burnley. Their first game at Turf Moor since winning promotion. That's obviously where they will hope to pick up the points that keep them up. And Sunderland had the better chances, and if they'd scored first, who knows what might have happened. But they didn't, and I have no complaints whatsoever. I think 2-0 possibly flattered Sunderland a little bit.
I knew very little about Josh Cullen. I didn't know he'd played.
I know he's Irish.
He played 41 times for Ireland. I didn't know that. I didn't know he'd had a spell at Anderlecht. I do know that pass. I've written here the Burnley Kaka. It was a brilliant pass to Jayden Anthony. First time. That is absolutely perfectly weighted. There's just a tiny place you can get that ball past the defenders and into Anthony's stride. So it was a beautiful pass. And and a lovely finish as well. Side foot pass. It's all you need in football. I thought he was great.
Sorry, who was the IKEA Maldini he refers to?
Ekdal, he said.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Whenever Hannibal is involved, it is impossible for me not to think about the 18. So when somebody pulls Hannibal's hair or something, I just expect, BA to come out and say, "Don't you fool, pity the fool who pulls his." It's impossible. Just that name is just so. There may be other famous Hannibals from history, but that is the Hannibal that I think of.
Right.
I don't think of, or the one who walked around with elephants.
I think of the elephant one. I didn't. Lecter hadn't even crossed my mind.
No, that's a sentence I knew you'd say today. But yeah, I think you're right. I think Adingra is lucky. Is it sort of? Did he pull his hair?
No, he gave him a little cuff in the face. Now he had been booked. Had he been booked? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure whether. Oh yeah, sorry. I think they said on Match of the Day because the commentator can hear what's going on in the.
It was a petulant act.
A petulant act, and I'm thinking, well. It's still. Still raised his hand to his face.
Now they missed a trick here at Burnley because if the floodlights start strobing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
This is a good bit. They've got 2 choices there: switch them off as quickly as possible, get on the game, or just play rhythm as a dancer and just go. Listen, Burnley Sunderland. It's an important game for both these teams, but we could have a bit of fun here and just have a rave.
Yep.
Set you free, and just see what happens. See which player starts throwing shapes. Anyway, it's very good that Burnley won. It's great that Brentford won as well because people were worried about Brentford. They beat Aston Villa 1-0, and I liked Keith Andrews at the end going. It was scrappy, it was ugly, and I loved it.
Yeah, there seems to be this presumption that not a presumption, but a lot of people seem to think that because Brentford lost Thomas Frank and lost Brian Mbuemo and lost the midfielder
Norgard and Wissa
will probably have not had Wissa at their disposal and may lose him as well, that they will go down. Everyone seems to be presuming Keith Andrews will not be any good or not as good as Thomas Frank, and I hope he does well and keeps them up just because he's an Irish fella and he seems like a nice bloke.
Yeah, Damsgaard was brilliant in this game.
Yeah.
And I've not paid any attention because, we've all got busy lives. I can't pay attention to the defensive work of Mikkel Damsgaard. I mean, honestly, I don't have time for that. But they did break it down on Match of the Day that not only is he like little twinkle toes, like the way he danced through the defence at the start of that game was so, so beautiful. But he does all the hard stuff as well. Because, when you're a sort of wispy type player, especially sort of wispy, thinning hair player like Damsgaard, I don't expect you to be, sensible positionally at the back. But it's a kind of important part, everyone's defending.
Why do you not expect... If he had thicker hair...
I don't know. I don't think your wispy tens in my mind. I know everybody defends now and everybody attacks. It's not as simple as it. The good old days of 4-4-2 and your fullback stayed back. But I don't expect a wispy number 10 wisping about to be defensively smart. But he was.
Are you worried for Villa at all, or do you?
I'm not worried. I'm not. I mean,
you
define it. Am I worried they won't come fourth? Well, I'm not worried.
Well, they won't come fourth.
No.
But
Still early in the season. But to be on 1 point from 2, and what were the 2 games? Newcastle at home and Brentford, where you'd hope for more.
Yet. Yeah, they've had to sell Jacob Ramsey, even though they didn't want to particularly. And that money they get for him, they can't invest it. I think they just had to sell him just to balance the books.
Right.
So, and obviously, along with Newcastle, Aston Villa are moaning a lot about PSR. So, and Unai Emery has cut quite a forlorn figure in his press conferences so far.
Yeah,
going on.
I would moan about it if I was a Villa or a Newcastle fan.
Yeah,
but I'm not. Ouattara, I mean, the way he speeds through defence, I was thinking, who is that? Because at the back for Villa, because they looked very, very slow. The camera panned to a supermodel, but didn't say who it was.
Okay, I can tell you who it was.
I don't know who it was because my supermodel knowledge isn't what it once was, and I don't know if it was ever. Was it Cindy Crawford?
No, similar vintage.
Oh, Helena Christensen.
No, but in that kind of posse
Eva. I can't remember her
Herzegovina.
Surname. No, that's Bosnia Herzegovina, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, something like that.
Yeah. Cool. This is really tough now, so I should know.
See, this is what I was doing when I was Max Salmon's age, thinking about supermodels.
Who was it?
It was Claudia Schiffer.
Oh, it was Claudia Schiffer.
And
what's she doing at Brentford? Is she a Brentford season ticket holder?
Yeah, her and Natalie Sawyer are busy mates.
Are they best friends?
Yeah. No, she is married to some...
Ethan Pinnock?
No.
Okay.
She's not married to Mikkel Damsgaard.
Okay.
She's not married to Jordan Henderson. Okay. She's not married to Kevin Kelleher.
Oh, okay.
She is married to a man called, I think he's been knighted, Sir Someone Vaughan.
Okay.
Who I think has recently invested money in Brentford.
Michael Vaughan?
Not Michael Vaughan, not James Vaughan, not Johnny Vaughan.
Vince Vaughan?
Not Vince.
Right. I'm out of Vaughans.
Yeah.
Okay. John Vaughan, the Cambridge keeper from the early 90s?
No.
Okay. I don't think you don't need to. This is not something you need to check in the newspapers.
Okay.
I think we can move on. Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0. Have I got anything interesting to say out of this game? I liked Vita Pereira at the end about the red card, just saying it's a pity. Yeah. I know it's not his first language.
He also said, I accept it.
Mm.
He didn't complain.
No.
Because he couldn't really complain, but that doesn't stop a lot of managers, does it?
No. But just saying it's a pity is really nice.
It was a pity.
Yeah. I was once on I was once in Nice with some friends, and I saw Pebble Beach in Nice, and we'd had a fair bit to drink, and we were
Should I know what Pebble Beach is?
No, just a pebbly beach.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was like some sort of posh
No.
club or bar or something.
It's a golf course, isn't it? No, we were on a pebbly beach in Nice. The beach in Nice is pebbly.
I would have thought the beach in Nice would be sandy.
Well, it wasn't. Anyway.
I've been in Nice, but I wasn't on a beach.
Anyway, we were with these girls who were slightly raucous, and one of them was wasted and then just started like hurling wine bottles and smashing them on the beach.
That's thuggery.
It's total thuggery. And these French people were very annoyed with us because we were
these women with you?
Well, they were
they friends of yours?
They weren't my friends, but we'd sort of met them in a backpackers, right? It was a long time ago.
Okay.
So I was saying
would it be rude to try and guess what nationality these women are? Or would I be showing my own prejudices?
They were English.
Okay.
Oh, they might have been Scottish.
All right.
Anyway, but these French people were very annoyed, and I was also annoyed, but I was trying to pacify the situation by using my best French by saying, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But I kept saying Quel dommage by mistake, which is what a pity, which is a weird thing to say. Like Vitor Pereira, what a pity. What a great pity this is. What a pity. But yeah,
I'm surprised you fell in with a bad crowd like that.
We met them that evening. Yeah. You know, we got rid of them soon after. Not that was a step too far, and they were never seen again. It's a strange. This now, 20 years later, is a strange time for me to admit multiple homicide. But there you go. It was
Probably a statute of limitations in the south of France.
It's hoping. Anyway, that was a Premier League review. Anything else to add?
Not really.
I thought it was always going to end there. You not remembering.
West Ham are no good.
God, they are garbage, aren't they?
Yeah.
Who? So if you're West Ham, you want Nuno to go because he's perfect for them. I think Charlie was saying this yesterday.
Nuno for West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a West Ham fan, you're praying that Nuno gets sacked by.
Well, you see, the problem is with West Ham is I think there's an awful lot of blame to go around at West Ham, and I think Graham Potter is, I'm going to say, about 30% of the problem at West Ham.
All right.
I think a lot more of the issues are upstairs.
Okay.
And
you didn't run in last Sunday and say that to Karen Brady.
No, I didn't. It's not my place. It wasn't my show. If she was on my show, I'd have said it.
Jerry says, so that's when the Brits Abroad shame started.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Now it's Guess the Supermodel. Anyway, Max and Barry, with you till 1:30. We'll do some...
Longoria.
Longoria.
Eva Longoria, not Herzegovina.
So the show has never got more two men sitting in a pub without Google, with two men with no reception, just trying to work out. God help us.
We thought Culverhouse was bad. Actually, we thought it was good.
I know we did. Anyway, more of this in a second. editor for the show, Andy Jacobs, today says it's Eva Herzegovina. Not that it matters. Oh, I'd say it matters greatly.
And Eva Longoria is an actor who was in Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, so Barry was nearly right. Stephen Abergavenny says it as well. Paul in Hertfordshire says, Max and Barry, I was hoping you were going to name all men not married to Claudia Schiffer, just so I could feel better about not being married to Claudia Schiffer. Hey, it's an idea, isn't it? It is Max and Barry with you until 1:30 today. We'll get all the team news from the 2 o'clock kickoffs, look ahead to all the day's Premier League action, guess the attendance, our brand new feature as well. We'll play the footballer game as well. Aaron says, still at the car boot sale. Vague names of people and countries they are married to. Is this a new feature? Anyway, let's look at the latest odds out of today's action with William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Ali Phelps joins us. Morning, Lee.
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. I thought you were coming in today. I thought you were going to come in and say hi.
I am coming in, but Sunday transport has let me down, so I thought I'll be safe and do it from the comfort of the car as usual.
Are you just outside the studio?
No, I'm further away than that.
Right, I understand.
Now, normally, Lee, when we talk to you, you have a bookshelf with... I try to see which books are on it. I know Sir Alex Ferguson's autobiography is usually adjacent to your right ear. I thought you might have erected it in your car just to... So I would have a sense of
just how urbane, how urbane Lee is,
Yeah, no, I will try and erect a bookshelf in my car for next time I do this with the same books.
Good, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Where do you want to start, Lee?
Well, just listening to your review of the weekend, Arsenal now title favourites.
Wow.
Notwithstanding what Barry said about August and football. Into 7-4. Liverpool drifted out to 15-8. I guess that it's indirect.
How have Liverpool drifted by not playing a football match? How's that work?
Well, they've only played one. I guess that the money's coming for Arsenal because of the Eze signing has got something to do with it, and of course the style in which they won. 2 wins out of 2. Look, if Liverpool go to Newcastle and win on Monday night, then those odds will change again. Man City, fairly big drifters, 11-4 out to 9-2. Chelsea, 15-2 in from 10-1. And Tottenham 20s from 33-1. I remember you were talking about Ange and that great start. Everyone was talking about can Tottenham win the title then? So maybe not get too carried away. But
where are Tottenham? Where have Tottenham come in? Are you paying out on Spurs after that?
20s in from 33s.
Yeah. And at the other end of the table,
I
West Ham and
listen
Wolves.
to Lee, Max. I listen to him.
I'm doing other things as well. I'm just, in the hard chair, you've got so many things to do. You've got so many things to check. What about this afternoon then?
Yeah, we've got Acca Boost is available as usual. 4 or more picks gets you on the boost ladder, up to 100% at 15 picks or more. Likes of Real Madrid are playing, Juventus, Rangers, all odds on. And as far as the Premier League games go, there's no odds-on shots here. Palace versus Forest, 7-5 Palace. The draw is 23-10 and Forest 19-10. Now, I know you guys have been talking about Nuno and the guys earlier on were as well. Nowhere in discussions around the so-called sack race on Thursday is odds-on now to be the first manager to go, despite all the negativity in the media around Graham Potter and the fact that West Ham have got off to a stinker. So all eyes on Nuno this afternoon. Chris Wood started really well last weekend, didn't he? 6 career goals against Palace. So maybe look at him to get on the score sheet. Over 2-1 to score in this match, and you get impact sub on your side as well for that one. So I like Chris Wood there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what Potter presumably, unless you just gave those odds as well, and I was doing something else. Like Nuno's odds on now, but where's Graham Potter? Because it doesn't.
Yeah, 2-1.
It's not been a great start for West Ham, has it?
No, 2-1. I think if this Nuno stuff hadn't happened, then he was the favourite. So, yeah, he's just behind there. So we'll see what happens this afternoon there. Everton, 2-1 to win at their new ground. The Hill Dickinson, or the Bramley Moor, as the fans are calling it. 23-10 the draw. Brighton, 11-8. We've got an epic boost on that one. It's Caro Matoma to have a shot on target in the game. 4-7 boosted to even money. 27 shots on target last season. Had a shot on goal last week as well. Max bet of £10 on that one, and you get impact sub as well. So if Matoma goes off without hitting a shot on target, whoever comes on to replace him, if he obliges, then you get paid out on your epic boost there. And we finished with Fulham, Man United, don't we? 9-4 Fulham, Man United 23-20, the shortest price today, and 12-5 the draw. You get your money back as a free bet if your bet builder loses on this one. Interesting, last year, obviously, Man United had a bit of a nightmare. Away from home, they were poor. But this was one of their 4 away wins last season, won 1-0, rather fortuitously in the end. But Brian Mbeumo's got a good record at Fulham as well, scored a couple at the Cottage. So Man United feels a bit short at 23-20. But if you put in a bet builder together, I think Mbeumo could be on the shots on target or on the score sheet, and I think Man United win, maybe low on the goals though.
Yeah, I think their record at Craven Cottage is really good. Fulham can't buy a win against them, I think, there. So sounds like a decent shout.
Yeah, where's Amorim on your next manager to go?
Oh yeah, well, anyone above Potter is double figure prices. There's no one really in the market at the moment. I haven't got the price to hand at the minute, but yeah, he's a comfortable double figure price. A lot would have to go wrong there. Surely he wouldn't go before Christmas, would he?
No, I don't know. You know, I think they did play well last week, so I'm not trying to create more. You know, I'm not trying people to lose their jobs. I don't really mind.
It is quite funny when it's a sign of how far Manchester United have fallen when we're all being condescending and patting them on the head for playing well while losing at home.
No, it's a good point, isn't it? Hey, well, look, just pop out your car and come into the studio. What are you doing this afternoon?
We're on Goals this afternoon, covering all the action, those live games. So looking forward to it.
Good stuff. Cheers, Lee.
Thanks, guys.
That was the latest odds of William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT with William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Luke says, I'm so glad the season has started. You and Barry don't have to pad the show out with nonsense. It's very kind of you. Here's some breaking news. Patrick's been in touch with a photo of the current Mrs. Reynolds, sat on a beach in Nice with a can of Kronenberg, can confirm it's lovely and sandy. Oh. What's happened there? Why am I misremembering this?
Maybe the French authorities had to send in bulldozers to get rid of all the broken glass and stones that were left when your
they're not my people. They weren't my friends. They weren't my friends. They were just, that sort of air of freedom when you're backpacking, and you're just friends with the people that are in the hostel.
Yeah.
And then you move on. I'm not in touch with them still.
Ships that pass in the night.
Yeah. And you make your best friends for life, and then they move on. Yeah. But I'm jealous of anyone who's of the age. You can't be 46 and doing that.
Why not?
I can't turn up in a dorm room. You do that show 20 years ago. Yeah, it just wouldn't be right. Not because of my extreme fame, just because you don't want to be the weird old guy in the hostel.
No, you've said it. You think you're too good for a hostel.
I'm too big time for a hostel.
You're too famous.
I'm too famous for it. What are you too famous for, Barry?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Good for you. Which of those games interests you most this afternoon?
Everton-Brighton interests me the most. I think Palace-Forest is the one everyone's sort of thinking is going to have a bit of edge, and it probably will. Everton-Brighton interests me personally because they were two of my more left-field predictions pre-season. I said I thought Brighton might finish... Well, I said I thought Brighton would finish fourth.
It's a very bold claim.
And I said, and don't come for me, Everton fans, because I've already had this, and I don't care... I said I thought Everton would be relegated. Mm-hmm. So,
and on the basis of last week, how do you feel?
On the basis of last week, I still think Everton will be relegated. Yeah. And because I've only seen one team worse than them so far. But, it's a very small sample size of evidence. I expect them to be better today at their new stadium, which I only discovered on Friday is named after a law firm.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Oh. But I now know.
As soon as someone called it the David Dickinson Stadium, I can't get that out of my head. And I want a big orange David Dickinson, just like a bit like the Batman sign, just like hologrammed into the sky.
I mean, Everton probably won't get relegated. They never do they? But I do think they will struggle this season. I had very high hopes for Brighton. I still do. But they did that thing last week that they did all last season. Just throw away points, can't hold on to a lead, and that's what cost them a top four finish last season, I think.
Yeah, and it will cost them. That's why they'll finish 8th or 9th this season.
We'll see. If only there was some sort of competition, Max, where each team plays everyone twice, home and away.
Yeah.
And then we could figure out after when all those games have been played whose predictions were good and whose weren't.
Do you think we should not talk about any of the games until the season?
Oh no, we're welcome to. But I made this prediction about Everton. That's just an opinion. It doesn't matter what I think about anything really. And so many factors you can't factor in. As if they get off to a terrible start, David Moyes will leave, someone else will come in, they might be much better. They might not get off to a terrible start. They may make new signings that weren't there when I made my prediction. All sorts of things could happen. Everton could win the league. They could get relegated. They'll probably finish somewhere in mid to low end of the table.
Your predictions are much better when you just say the number rather than introduce all the caveats.
Yeah.
Max and Barry with you until 1:30. Marcus Speller will join us from the Football Ramble, and we'll do some transfer stuff, look ahead to this afternoon's games as well.
How did it all begin? Incredibly, the first Lions tour was organised and funded by three men who played in England's first ever Test cricket match: opening bowler Alfred Shaw, opening batsman Arthur Shrewsbury and captain James Lillywhite. The 1888 Lions squad, then made up of 17 English, 4 Scots and 1 Welshman and a Northern Irishman, took a 46-day boat trip to New Zealand before heading to Australia. The Lions weren't alone on the boat. Also on board were 300 stoats and weasels who were brought over to eliminate New Zealand's rabbit problem. The first ever Lions captain, Robert Seddon, died of drowning midway through the tour while sculling on a river. Andrew Stoddart, who was another of the cricketers there, took over and was the star of the tour. The next one was the first to get official recognition from the RFU against the newly formed Springboks. Although the Lions won the series and beat the Boks again 5 years later, in the 12 series since in South Africa, they've only won 2. New Zealand has proved an even tougher hunting ground, just the one series win for the Lions in 11 attempts, which came in 1971. And then there was that nail-shredding drawn series in 2017, only the second in Lions history. Only once have the Lions clinched a series after losing the first test, 1989, when David Campese's infamous ghost pass was pounced upon by Ian Evans. Before World War II, the Lions had a dark blue strip, which on the 1930 tour forced the All Blacks to play in all white. So in 1950, the iconic red shirts, white shorts and blue and green socks combination was born. It remains the symbol of the greatest alliance of adversaries in all of sport. To borrow the phrase from Jim Telfer, the Lions is Everest.
Good afternoon, Max and Barrett with you until 1:30. And if you like me, good news. I'm doing Hawksby and Jacobs tomorrow. So I'm just messaging Andy, see if he wants to do I Spy at 1. He hasn't said yes, but he is trying to find a photo of him on a pebbly beach in Nice from the 2016 Euros. It was pebbly then.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have a photo of Mrs. Reynolds on a... I mean, I don't know she's in Nice. You know, her husband could be a liar.
Well, I would hope our listeners are honest. We pride ourselves on our radio integrity.
We do, yeah.
This show,
we do.
Unlike some other shows.
All the other shows.
Where quizzes are routinely cheated in.
There's no cheating on this game.
Nope.
This show. So
if you're on a sandy beach and you've misrepresented it by sending a picture of you on a pebbly beach, then...
No, other way around. She's on a pebbly beach because me and Andy Jacobs aren't going to lie. We're the two most honest men at talkSPORT.
Okay.
Let's bring Marcus Speller into this nonsense. Welcome, Marcus.
Hello, chaps. How are you?
Really good. How are you?
Very well. Feeling honest today.
Yeah, good. That's what we want. We'll keep them honest. Where should we do? Do you want to transfer stuff and then look ahead to the games? What's your dream on all of this? Donnarumma to Manchester City is interesting.
It is interesting. The position seems to be up for grabs this morning, and perhaps it was yesterday afternoon as well. Poor old James Trafford. But yeah, I mean, it seems quite remarkable, I think, for us in England that a team wouldn't want Donnarumma because he's such a beast of a goalkeeper, especially to us Premier League fans, and of course fans of the England national team know him well. So yeah, it's quite baffling. I understand that his league form in France, maybe it hasn't been as tip top as we would think, but still, what a keeper. And if Manchester City buy him, then I think James Trafford's a good player, don't get me wrong. And I think that you might argue that his distribution is even better than Donnarumma's. But Donnarumma, when it comes to shot stopping, is one of the best, if not the best. So if they could get him on board, yes, it would be rather a coup, I think.
Yeah. I think it was Connor Cody saying, when he was in goal for the penalty shootout, He made the Euros final. It made the goal look like
Sorry,
a
I thought you meant what Conor Cody was saying when he...
that was
Conor Cody in goal.
That was Gareth Southgate thought now's the time to let the handbrake off. Conor,
it was
the
master plan. It was the master plan, but they'd made the subs. It had already been done. We lost. Move on.
He said Donnarumma made the goal look like a five-a-side goal. You know, when you're just there on the halfway line. I mean, obviously, him being really big is not news to anybody, but I don't think he's good with it. Like, he's notoriously not good with his feet, and this is what Luis Enrique doesn't really want him at PSG for that reason. And so I just love the idea that Pep is going full John Beck now, and he's just going to go, right, get it and hoy it as far as you can.
Yeah, get up to the big man. I mean, look, Donnarumma was a part of the side that won the Champions League final 5-0. Not good enough for Luis Enrique. He wants that sixth goal. Okay, I don't give a damn if you keep us in some games and you pull out great saves. Look, clearly, Luis Enrique has his reasons and he likes to be tactically innovative, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. The goalkeeping situation is interesting at Manchester City because Ederson has obviously been the number one for so long. Clearly, they don't fancy him this season so much. Links of him moving to Turkey, perhaps, and Trafford starting the first couple of games as well. But as you can see, Trafford is still quite green when it comes to the Premier League. You know, he's a good keeper, got a lot of potential, we know. But to chuck him in straight away in the Premier League for Manchester City, a very different type of goalkeeping than perhaps he's been used to before. I know Burnley like to sort of concede very few goals last season in the Championship, but you know what I mean with Man City. He'll not be doing much for long periods of the game and then suddenly has to spring into action. Donnarumma is used to that. And with Pep in, his penultimate year, if my memory serves me well, at Manchester City, get Donnarumma in. That is a message to the rest of the Premier League. And it's very hard to get a goal past him, which is always good if you're a goalkeeper, I find. You know, whether you can talk about distribution, and that's all important, I understand it. But if you can't get the ball past the guy, then chances are you're going to win more games than you're going to lose. So it would be a great signing, I think, for Man City if they got him.
Marcus, you're a Fulham fan, aren't you?
Correct.
Yes. Have you signed anyone yet?
Well, I mean, it's early days in the window, isn't it, Barry? You know, there's still loads of time left.
Yeah.
The answer's not anybody of note. I think we've got a sub-keeper in. So we're not in for
sub-keeper,
Donnarumma.
but not Donnarumma.
Not Donnarumma. Bernd Leno's had a great start to the season. He was great last season as well. So, we're not interested in Donnarumma. Let me be the first person connected to Fulham FC to say that. Yes, Marco Silva's vented his frustration a bit about the lack of signings. So there was hope for Reece Nelson, the Arsenal player, of course, that they had on loan last
Wouldn't
season.
be like you to get an ex-Arsenal player.
Well, yeah, the supply chain works both ways with the big clubs and the smaller clubs in the Premier League. There was talk of Raheem Sterling a while ago. There's even been little teensy rumours of Harvey Elliott returning to the club, which would be interesting. But yeah, I think a winger is what Fulham are in for. There's a young Brazilian lad at Shakhtar Donetsk called Kevin, quite wonderfully. So we'll see if young Kev is going to join. I believe Willian recommended him. So, yeah, Fulham yet to do any real business in the window, as I can hear the sound of it gently beginning to close. So if you could hurry about that, lads, that would be great. And it would certainly ease Marco Silva's fears. But a good squad they've got, Fulham. There's no worry of relegation or anything like that.
And you're hosting Manchester United this afternoon.
Yes.
You're famously not good against them at Craven Cottage, if memory serves.
Yeah, there's a first time for everything, and even though Fulham have beaten Manchester United at Craven Cottage, it seems a while ago now. I think I have to go back to the Roy Hodgson days, but yeah, Man United usually score a fortuitous late goal to win the tie, no matter how the dynamic of the game has panned out. So if we can avoid that, that will be great, to be honest with you. So I think Fulham have got to be on the front foot, even though Manchester United have started the season a little better. But let's be honest, you know, Arsenal did play very defensively at Old Trafford and maybe disappointed one or two, but again, early days and all that kind of stuff. So I think Fulham have got no reason to be too worried. Although I will say the last time I saw Mateus Cunha at Craven Cottage, he scored two absolute worldies for Wolves, and Gary O'Neill's Wolves beat Fulham 4-1 that day. So let's try and avoid anything like that as well.
As a neutral, Palace play Forest today and no Eberechi Eze. We'll get on to the Forest bit in a second, which is also objectively funny. How objectively hilarious did you find Eze to Tottenham, here we go, oh, Eze, here we don't go, oh, Eze to Arsenal?
Yeah, I found it quite baffling, really, because we know that he played for Arsenal, was it their academy or youth setup, many years ago. And the reports are he's an Arsenal fan, and apparently there's some videos of him when he was a youngster, maybe at QPR, and he was gutted when he left Arsenal, all that kind of stuff. So you thought, well, it's there for the taking, Arsenal, if you want to get this guy, and you've got the money to do it and all that kind of stuff. And then Spurs come in, and I thought, is this Eze's agent and him sort of trying to get Arsenal to hurry up about this? But as you know, many people, David Ornstein included, were saying it was very, very close indeed that Spurs were going to sign him. So I wonder what was going through Eze's mind, quite frankly, these decisions footballers kind of have to make and so on. Yes, there is some humour in it. Of course, Arsenal going, hang on a minute, we'll have him. A bit annoying for Spurs. That's another quality forward player that has slipped through their fingers, Gibbs White being the obvious other one. I'll be honest with you, Max, as a neutral, Eze looks great in that Arsenal kit, and I think that's the ultimate reason why I'm glad he's gone there.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think, I think he'd look really good in a Tottenham kit as well. What a
we'll never know.
Footballer.
We will never know.
We will never know, barring something extraordinary happening this week. What about Nuno suddenly, saying, I'm not having a good time, don't get on with the owner, and maybe I'll go. And then, then this bizarre choice of, do you get Ange or Jose? As if you're getting, like totally ridiculous two different managers.
Yeah. I mean, I found it interesting when Nuno said that they've not been getting along, or it's not perfect, or whatever the words he said, because Marianakis always seems like quite an agreeable fella to me, but there we are. I mean, I'm kind of lost for words, really. It's set up to be a decent season for Forest with their European ventures, build on what they did last season, and suddenly this. But this is Marianakis. I mean, you have to look at him rather than Nuno himself. We know Nuno is it doesn't seem to be the type of manager who ruffles feathers. He's not that Mourinho type who in the sort of second or third season starts getting stuck into everybody. You remember at Wolves, he had longevity there. If you're a Forest fan, you're thinking, Gordon Bennett, you get a good result on the first day, you're looking forward to the Europa League, which they got bumped up to, of course, and now this. And if he was to go, then I mean, do I hear the Sean Dyche wagons, circling, or goodness knows what? I think that'd probably be too much for him. But you're right. I mean, if suddenly people are talking about Postecoglou and Mourinho, then you must be thinking, hang on, I thought we were onto a good thing here. So a baffling one, especially as we thought the attention of Palace versus Forest was going to be all about what the fans' chants were going to be and so on. I don't know. It's never a dull moment with Marianakis, and perhaps maybe there was too much quiet, and he thought, well, it's about time somebody said something. But it's a surprise that it was Nuno.
Yeah, well, it seems to be a case that Nuno has fallen out with Edu, who is the head of recruitment at the Marianakis umbrella of clubs, and obviously Edu is Marianakis' guy, so Marianakis has a decision to make, one presumes, and it looks like it will be Edu who stays and Nuno who goes. But carry on, yeah.
No, sorry, yeah. I mean, if they can't sort it out, then yes, you're right, Barry. It would appear that will be the case. Can they sort it out? I mean, there's been a few bumps in the ride for Nuno at Forest, memorably last season towards the end when Marianakis gets on the pitch and starts having a go. So they have kind of sorted things out. It remains to be seen whether this is irreversible or not. It would be such a shame for Forest if this happens, because under Nuno, it's been great for Forest fans. I mean, beyond their wildest dreams, so close to getting Champions League. They get Europa League through the legal back door, if you see what I mean, and looking forward to a new season. So it would be such a shame if that happens. But football's going to football, isn't it? And unfortunately, these things happen. And when you have such a character like Marianakis at the helm of your club, don't be surprised if certain things like this happen. Sadly,
yeah, it's mad. It's totally mad if you're a Forest fan. You go, this is totally mad. He's the best manager we've had since Clough, probably. And like the football they played last year and getting into Europe and then had a brilliant win last year, it's bonkers. Everton Brighton, Marcus, how do you see it?
Yeah, well, Everton need to get going, don't they? I mean, Brighton were gutted they didn't beat Fulham on the first day of the season. Should have probably put them away, but Fulham came back. But I think a lot of people will be looking at Everton because I think people were thinking, Everton could have a good season. Moyes steadied the ship. We always have to say it's a brand new stadium and all that kind of stuff. With Grealish going there, a little bit of stardust. Well, they were beaten fairly convincingly by Leeds on the opening day. And that was a surprise. And Moyes himself said Everton were better than us. Leeds were better than us. So they've got to improve. You would think they would. But the last thing Everton fans want is just another season where they kind of just trudge through the motions. I know that that's better than, say, fighting relegation. And I don't think anyone would put them finishing in the European spots, particularly. But Evertonians, they want to be looking up the table for a change rather than down. So, every week is a chance for them to kind of go, right, this is what we're about. We want to see Grealish starting. I think I probably speak on behalf of all the neutrals and maybe a lot of Evertonians. He didn't start against Leeds, but when he came on, he looked like he had the bit between his teeth. He's got something to prove. So inevitably, all eyes will be on that beautiful carved Brummie.
Marcus, always nice to talk to you. Thanks for coming on.
Pleasure, gentlemen.
Thanks. Marcus Beller there from the Football Ramble. Update on Nice. Patrick has sent a picture of himself now. The current Mr. Reynolds sat on a beach in Nice. He says that nipples are model zone. Thank you so much. But Andy has said that's not Nice. So Andy Jacobs has sent me a picture of him on the beach in Nice, the Pebbly Beach, and he says that Patrick Reynolds' beach is not in Nice. You can see Nice in the background of Andy's photo, but not in Patrick's photo. So
maybe Patrick's not on the exact same bit of beach that Andy was on.
Well, I said maybe is there a possibility there are two different beaches in Nice? And Andy says no. And how can we debate? How can we argue with him?
With Andy? Well, he likes an argument.
Yeah, that's true. So you can, I guess. We'll we'll carry on this discussion tomorrow from 1, I imagine. It is Max and Barry with you until 1:30. Brand new feature with Charlie Baker at 1 this afternoon as he hosts on Virgin 2 till 6 Saturday and Sunday. Don't miss a goal. Don't miss a beat. That's what he says. And the footballer game is back. And it's next.
What happens if a goal is scored
on the
beat is being played?
They pause the beat and they play the goal, then they play the beat.
Okay.
Yeah. Perry Groves joins us for the footballer game in just a second. Good afternoon. The warm-up on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. I'm not saying Andy Jacobs has too much time on his hands, Barry, but he's just Googled Earth Nice. One beach. He says only one beach. Let's get travel experts Simon Calder and Julien Laurent on tomorrow's H&J to confirm. Jacobs is right, says Rob. Most of the beaches directly in Nice are pebbly. However, you can find sandy beaches in nearby towns accessible by public transport, such as Plage des Marinières in Villefranche-sur-Mer and Malabeach in Cap d'Ay. You may also encounter beaches with a mix of gravel and sand or even smooth, large stones. Thank you, Rob, for getting in touch.
Is it Patrick who's in Nice?
That's what he
Listener
says.
Patrick,
That's what he says.
And his wife / significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he's getting public transport to a sandy beach and then sitting with his wife necking cans, he should probably set his holiday sites a bit lower than Nice. Isn't that a bit?
Do you think so?
Yeah.
You're saying, all right, he should just go to Margate.
Yeah, or
that's quite arty these days.
Benidorm or something.
Okay, right. So if you could just pack your stuff up, the Reynolds family, and ship off to Alicante, that would suit Barry better. Perry Groves is on after us. Hey, Perry.
I've been in Alicante 4 times and I've never set foot on the beach. I don't know whether it's
good man. Just the greasy spoon, and then O'Malley's pub, and then you're happy. Hey, Perry Groves.
It's called the Dick Turpin.
Of course it is. Perry, how are you?
How are we doing? I'm good. Did you just have the police from Hello Hello just on a minute ago?
Yeah. He's a big fan of the show.
Your French, Max, was on fire.
I thought my French was pretty good there.
Good morning.
It was pretty good. How dare you, Perry? You sound far away. What game are you doing? You're at the Maracanã. What game are you doing today?
I'm at Palace Forest, which is going to be like a end of season sort of exhibition game. There'll be Olays everywhere. There'll be no crunching tackles. All the fans will be intermingling. Be like a big family fun day out. It's going to be such a sort of brilliant atmosphere.
It's going to be lovely, isn't it? What else is on your excellent programme?
Then we got obviously going around the grounds. Everton, Brighton. Got Charlie Adam and Adam Bridge up there. Sam and Crookie.
Yep.
Sam and Crookie up at Fulham, Manchester United. Then we got the British Masters from the Belfry, Wigan Warriors, Wakefield Trinity, the Super League, men's and women's first round singles at US Open, and Men in Black.
Got it. Good stuff. Do you want to play the football game?
Yes.
What a classic. Max,
early night
Barry.
last night.
Oh, good stuff. It's me v Barry v Perry. This is one of the OG ones.
Throuple. The return of the Throuple.
It is the return of the Throuple. Reese joins us. Welcome, Reese.
Hi.
Out of 10?
We'll go for 6. Why not?
Let's play.
Our first footballer began his career at AC Milan between 1992 and 1995, not scoring or playing at all for them. He went on loan to Como in the 93-94 season, not scoring in any of his 6 appearances. He then moved to Prato in 95-96, where he didn't score in any of his 30 games before moving on to Lazio in the 96. Nope. He didn't score in his 1 appearance for Lazio. He then moved on to Castel di Sangro, where he played 46 games and didn't score between 97 and 2000, taking
Walter
in 1
Zenga.
game. No, on loan at Chelsea in 1999. It is Carlo Cudicini.
Oh, good work.
Thanks so much. All right, Max.
Me and Max is like Penn and Teller then. Just not a word coming out.
You with us, Barry?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
Oh, hello, Barry.
Stuff.
Yeah.
You all right, Perry? You doing okay?
I'm fine, thank you. Yourself? Enjoying my jolly little self.
Lovely stuff. Patrick Reynolds has sent another picture of Pebbly Beach. Right, really breaking into his holiday, aren't we?
That could be Frinton.
Could be
easily be
Frinton.
Frinton.
Absolutely right. We can't trust the Reynolds family. That's what we've established on this programme. Let's go with player 2.
Our second footballer began his career at Levante's B team in the 04-05 season, scoring once in 19 games before moving to Valencia in the 05-06 season, where he didn't play or score, taking in the entire season on loan at Celta Vigo, where he didn't score in any of his 14 games. He then moved on to Villarreal, where he played 23 games and didn't score in the 2006-07 season, before moving to the Premier League with Newcastle between 2007 and 2011.
Gutierrez.
Nope, scoring once in 119 games. He then moved on to Liverpool between 2011 and 2016, scoring twice in 76 games, before finishing his career back in Spain with Real Zaragoza in the 2016-17 season, scoring once in 27 games.
Oh, Jose Enrique.
It is Jose Enrique.
Well, that was a noise, Barry, and that was a sigh as well, Perry. So you are, in many ways, part of the programme.
No, that was Baz pretending that he nearly got it.
Oh, no, I had no idea. I couldn't even think of Spanish players that played for Liverpool. apart from Morientes, and I knew it wasn't him.
Okay.
And Pepe Reina.
Yeah, well, you can't. This is a different game. That's not the game we're playing, but you get no points for that. Max 2, Perry 0, Barry 0. Here we go.
Our final footballer began his career at Bradford in 1989, staying until 1992, scoring 14 goals in 80 appearances. Then moved to Coventry City in 92, where he stayed until
Chris Kamara.
Nope, where he scored 3 goals in 77 games. He was enough to Liverpool.
Keith Houchin.
Nope, between 94 and 2000, scoring once in 128 games, taken in the second half of the
Ryan
2000
Burrows.
season. Nope.
David Burrows.
Nope. Playing 4 times for Tranmere on loan. He then went to Portugal with Sporting Club de Portugal between 2000 and 2002, not scoring in 37 games, before finishing his career at Sunderland between 2002 and 2004, not scoring in any of his 48 games.
How many games for Liverpool?
He played for Liverpool between 94 and 2000.
Sandra Westerveld.
No, scoring once and appearing 128 times.
Sandra Westerveld started his career at Bradford.
Bradford, Coventry, Liverpool. Who went Phil Babb.
It is Phil Babb.
Hat trick.
Hat trick.
Very good.
On fire.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Reece.
No worries.
Have a lovely show, Perry.
Enjoy yourselves. Cheers,
Enjoy
boys.
yourself. That's all we can do, isn't it? On our short time, on this dot flying through. What's happened to me, Barry? Stop.
No.
Stop now. Stop. Go to break, Max, before you have an existential crisis. There's an hour left.
Nuno.
There's an hour left. Keep it together, for goodness sake. What are we doing? Let's tease ahead. That's what you're meant to do, isn't it? Let's have a little. We've got a piece of paper here. I'll tell you.
We've got top comedian
Kevin Day.
Yes.
Oh, I'm delighted. Kevin Day joins us.
Kevin doesn't like me anymore.
No, we think he does like you.
But, yeah. I bet you he'll say something about me saying
something about him.
No, about Palace not deserving to be in the Europa League.
Okay. Well, maybe just don't bring it up.
I won't bring it up.
Okay.
I didn't bring it up last time. He brought it up.
Okay. Well, Kev joins us in a second. Good afternoon. It is talkSPORT, the world's biggest sports radio station. Max Rushden and Barry Glendenning with you until 1:30. Rangers have just gone a goal down away at St Mirren. Just panned to Russell Martin. He didn't look that stressed, did he? But I suppose he doesn't often.
It's not a surprise that Rangers are a goal down at St Mirren. Rangers fans did not want Russell Martin in the first place. His team selections and tactics have done little to convince them that he was a good appointment since. And look, it's difficult to know how long the owners will hold on to him or keep him in the job, but in the face of that kind of fan opposition, it's difficult to see him. If they lose this game, the next two games is the return leg against Club Brugger in the Champions League. They're 3-1 down in that, and they gave away 3 awful goals in the first leg, and the next game is against Celtic. Will he still be in charge this day next week? Who knows?
Who knows? Let's do some Palace. They play Forest today, and Kevin Day is a Crystal Palace fan and a Barry Glendenning fan, and he joins the show now. Welcome, Kevin.
Hello there. Well, I don't know where Barry's got this idea from that I don't like him. I have the utmost respect for him as both a Sunderland and a Nottingham Forest fan.
Can we start, Kev, talking about Eberechi Eze? I guess you knew he was going to go. It probably doesn't bother you, the sort of soap opera of whether it was Tottenham or Arsenal, or do you feel pride as a Cambridge fan? I feel pride when a player moves on, but I guess you're bigger than that as a Palace fan, and you probably just don't want it to go anywhere. I don't know.
Well, I'm fairly certain you asked me on here to talk about Crystal Palace, so why are we talking about an Arsenal player? I don't really know. So, yeah, we knew he was going to go. Tottenham fans are more furious than we are, I think the only thing Arsenal could do now to make Tottenham fans even more unhappy is never play him. Just parade him around the pitch every home game and just go, we bought him, you didn't. No idea why. He goes with our very best wishes. I'm reliably informed by quite a few people in the pub the other night that Glasner didn't fancy him anyway. And apparently they knew that all last season. Glasner didn't fancy him. So I said, well, why are you so upset he's gone? But we've made a lot of money out of a 27-year-old. Good luck to him. I hope he enjoyed his little walk around the pitch. Sturbshaw, Ian Wright. Ian Wright didn't do badly for himself when he left us to go to Arsenal. So he won the FA Cup final for us. So of course he goes with our blessing.
Yeah.
It just reminds you of where you are in the scheme of things, doesn't it, really, basically, where you are in the pecking order.
And then Kevin left. That's fascinating. If we'll get Kev back, that Glasner didn't fancy him.
Is that? Oh, I thought he was joking.
Oh, no, I maybe he was, but it didn't sound like it.
Well, I would. I think Oliver Glasner is a cracking coach, and he seems to know what he's on. Why would any coach not fancy Eberechi Eze? I presumed Kevin was joking when he said that. He might not have been, but if.
He didn't do it in a jokey way. I mean, there is a sarcastic edge to Kevin Day.
Well, I presume everything Kevin says is sarcastic.
Which is maybe rich coming from you. I don't know. But in the absence...
Well, hopefully we can get him back to clear up this misunderstanding or not, as the case may be.
But I suppose we can look ahead to the game while we wait for him. How do you see it going? Because I think Palace had a really good result at Chelsea. I think, okay, they had Eze in the side last week, but their side, when you looked at their starting 11, it looked actually more balanced than Chelsea's. The experience they have at the back. I don't know what the latest with Mark Gay is, and they have a really wonderful side with Wharton. Mateta's looking excellent, and then Forest had a really good start, but obviously there's just the nonsense around.
Forest walloped Brentford. Chris Wood, who we all declared confidently would have a big drop-off this season, scored 2 good goals. I suspect this will be an entertaining game. I expect it'll be full-blooded. The Palace fans obviously don't like Nottingham Forest and their owner, specifically their owner, because he tittle-tattled on them and got them bumped down to the Conference League. They hold him directly responsible for that, and I'm just curious to see how this turmoil that is clearly going on behind the scenes at Forest affects the players. I cannot envisage a scenario where Nuno lasts more than a few days in charge, if even half of what we've heard about what's going on at Forest turns out to be true. But he is a professional, and I'd imagine and it's difficult to know how much this kind of crack affects the players, or if at all.
Crack.
C-R-A-I-C.
Yes, just confirming.
Irish.
It was very funny. Jerry Harmer tweeted, Seb Hutchinson was doing the commentary on West Ham Chelsea. Did you see this?
Oh,
and he said, they have been thumped. But it did sound very much like he used another word beginning with F that accurately summed up what happened to West Ham. If you were a Forest fan and you had the choice of Jose or Postecoglou, who would you want?
Ange. If I was, I would not want Jose Mourinho anywhere near my club. Anywhere. Even in his pomp, I wouldn't have wanted him anywhere near my club. And he is far from his pomp now, sorry.
Sure, no, I understand that. But interestingly, if you think about the football that Nuno plays, which is sort of not necessarily having the ball the whole time and playing on the counter, that is much more suited to Mourinho. I agree with you. I don't think he's necessarily a positive force in the game of football. But, to move from Nuno's ball to Ange ball is an interesting move, especially how Ange fared in the Premier League last year, unless he turns up and says, I learnt so much from finishing 17th with Tottenham.
Well, the only thing I'd say to that is that I watched the Forest Brentford game last Sunday, more or less from start to finish. I think I missed the first 15 minutes because I was coming home from talkSPORT Towers, but Forest were playing very front foot football. They weren't playing on the counter. And that was quite interesting. They were very intense press, high up the pitch, front foot football. So that seems to be maybe a new MO for Nuno this season, or maybe they just decided to throw a cat among the pigeons against Brentford, because Brentford clearly weren't expecting that and were badly beaten as a result in the first half before they kind of got to grips with what was happening. So maybe Nuno has a new style in mind for this season.
Would you like a compliment? It's a qualified compliment.
Is a backhanded.
I'll read it.
Is it really an insult?
No, I don't think it's... Well, it is a compliment.
Look, I don't take insults to heart. I don't take compliments to heart. So just give me whatever it is. Just throw it up.
Charles, a Liverpool fans, watching on YouTube for the first time. You can listen on the radio. We're still a radio station, but we're, of course, now on YouTube and on your smart television.
So can I guess what this compliment's going to be?
Yeah, you can.
Is it that I don't look as either A, old, or B, fat as he thought I would? As Charles thought I would. Or both.
Surprised to see Barry is not as lardy as his radio voice would suggest.
I am quite lardy.
But not as lardy.
I've lost half a stone in the last
Have you done that?
Couple of weeks. Exercise, Max.
What are you doing? Are you running? Because you're going to run a half marathon.
I'm doing a bit of running, and I'm trying to eat better. So I'm basically low-hanging fruit. I'm eating far less bread, potatoes, rice. Potato, I miss potatoes.
Do you miss potatoes? I had a lovely potato yesterday.
I'm so jealous. I'm going to have some potatoes today.
Oh, good stuff.
Because just to treat myself.
Oh, well done.
But potatoes are a basic human right. It shouldn't be a treat.
No, you're right. Potatoes not a treat. It depends how many potatoes you were eating.
Imagine, how bereft your life is.
When you can't have a potato.
When a potato is a treat.
What?
It's not like a choc ice or a Cornetto or
a Viennetta if you're really pushing the boat out.
12 pints. And so, would you like a treat, Barry? Yeah, have a potato.
Rich the Cornish oaf on the same subject. I hope you don't mind, Barry.
Oh,
it's a great. So what's the danger when I went on YouTube? I always wondered what you looked like, so I used a search engine. For some unknown reason, I always thought you'd look like a fat, bespectacled Kenny Bruce. I was shocked to see a portly Lee Evans, says Rich the Cornish oaf.
So that compliment more or less cancels out the first one. But that wasn't really a compliment.
Kevin says, I wasn't joking. Kevin Day, by the way, we couldn't get him back in touch. He was in the pub. Everyone's, he was on one bar of 5G or whatever it is. It was saying, like that, emergency calls only. And apparently this is not an emergency call. I wasn't joking about Glasner not fancying Eze. That was the talk of the pubs on Thursday.
I find that very hard to believe.
You too, but you've got to trust, Oliver Glasner, maybe.
Maybe it's his blind spot.
The number 10.
I don't know. The Eze. How can you not fancy Eze as a footballer?
James says, can we please have a shout-out? Oh, we don't do shout-outs. My son's just been to play Wigan Athletic for Doncaster Rovers under 10, and he got beat 11-2. We've got a 3-hour drive home because of a motorway accident. You and Bats helping us through. Tough luck. Tough place to go. Donny Rovers under 10s.
Yeah, famously tough.
Famously good side. So you can...
James Jr., I'm sure you comported yourself very well, played brilliantly, and it was all your teammates' fault. And you be sure to tell them that at the next training session.
Ben says, what is this? Talk potato. Pathetic from Rushden again. I really don't think that bit was my fault. Anyway, we'll get team news from the 2 o'clock kickoffs from the Selhurst Park and from the David Dickinson Stadium in just a second. Wollaston Village FC, Joshua King-Edward, who starts potato footballers. Barry talking about potatoes being a treat, spoken like a true Irishman from Adam the Forest fan. Barry finally telling the talkSPORT listeners that potatoes matter, at last, someone with something to say. Mark says, is that a new shirt, Max? You're scratching it a lot. This is why they don't have instant feedback on TV shows, isn't it? Trevor McDonald never gets this on news at 10, does he?
He does.
Yeah.
He just doesn't read it out.
Do up your tide, Trevor. There's only a few days left to enter our VIP competition. The NFL returns to Wembley in October. The LA Rams take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're giving you the chance to win 6 seats in a private box with full hospitality, plus £5,000. It all ends on Monday, so be quick. Here's how to enter.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission or enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by 25th August at 11 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. See talksport.com for terms and conditions.
Let's get team news then from, I was going to say Goodison, from the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Adam Bridge will be watching Everton Brighton. Hey, Adam.
And what a breathtaking stadium it is. And that's not just because the walk up to our media area is incredibly steep, because I promise you it is. The big team news today sees a first start for Jack Grealish, one of 2 changes for Everton for the first game in their new home, the 62nd different ground to stage Premier League football. Grealish and Barry come in for first starts. Beto and Alcaraz are the 2 players that drop out. So it's Pickford in goal, a back 4 of O'Brien, Tarkowski, Keane and Garner, with Gay and Irabunum in central midfield, and then Grealish, Dewsbury Hall and Njai behind Barry up top. As for Brighton, 1 change from that draw against Fulham. Ruta is replaced by Danny Welbeck, who's got 5 goals and 5 assists against Everton across the years, the most against any side. They line up with Brooker in goal. It's Vifa, Van Heck, Dunk and De Kuyper at the back, Baliba and Ayari in midfield, with Minter, O'Reilly and Matoma providing the support to Welbeck, who will lead the line. It's some stadium, it's going to be some atmosphere. Kick-off at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
You've got to get a shift on, Barry, if you're starting up top for Everton.
Yeah.
Now, Adam, just, paint pictures with words, because we know the stadium's great, but just let us know the feel of it.
Sam, you come up... Sam? So Sam...
I get that a lot.
Max,
it's all right.
You get it a lot, I know. As you come up and you step out and you walk out from the flung open doors, it is literally, as you walk in, this just sea of blue all around you. On every single seat, there is a flag prepared for a big moment. So the stadium is already filling up. They've been letting people in for probably about the last hour and a half today. And actually walking here at 11:15 today, the streets were full of blue. The stadium itself, as you look to our left-hand side, there's that perspex bit behind one of the big screens where you can see out across the more industrial area of the city. But it is just a cauldron. The atmosphere inside here is going to be something else. The pitch looks fantastic, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, until it's, Brighton 1-0 up at half-time, and it's the first chorus of boos at Hill Dickinson. Yeah, sorry, Barry.
Adam, is Charlie Alcaraz injured, or has he just been dropped for Grealish? He seems one of Everton's real class acts. It seems strange to leave him out.
Yeah, he's on the bench today. He's moved down, as has Beto, so it's clearly a decision to maybe give Grealish some time. Obviously, Jack got a little bit of time last time out, about 17 minutes or so, but clearly did enough to impress David Moyes. I also think here today, they probably want to be on the front foot. They're in that scenario, I think, where, you've got the new stadium. It's a massive day. Their form at the start of the last 4 seasons has been fairly horrendous. In fact, if they lose this game today, it'll be 4 seasons in a row they've lost their opening 2 games. So I think he wants to be on the front foot. He wants to be positive. Grealish and Barry came on the opening day, seemed to do well, so he's given them the nod today.
And do you know what? Brighton are also playing, and I completely ignored the team news that you gave us from them, since this is, it feels all about Everton. So, what... And also it matters, isn't it? Because they just dropped points on the opening day.
Yeah, Danny Welbeck is the man who's come in. I mean, last weekend, I think they had enough chances to comfortably win the game against Fulham. They got bitten, as you can, in the Premier League in stoppage time. They'll look to put that right today. They start every season incredibly well, so it's no great surprise. And seeing Welbeck up front today, as I say, he's got more goals and assists against Everton than any other Premier League team, so he clearly likes playing against them today, and it's his experience in this, what will be a cauldron of an atmosphere, that I think they're relying on.
Good stuff, Adam. Adam Bridge there at the Hill Dickinson Stadium there for Everton Brighton. Alfie Reynolds is at Selhurst Park for Palace Forest, has the team news. Hey, Alfie.
Yeah, hi, Max. Mark Gahey remains as part of the Palace team despite transfer rumours. Justin Devaney is tasked with filling in for Eze, just as he did on Thursday. Nottingham Forest are unchanged, but McAtee, Douglas Luiz, Cali Mwendo and Hutchinson could all make their debuts from the bench. It's 2 changes for Palace from Thursday. Richards and Mitchell both come back in for Sosa and Lerma. So Henderson in goal, Richards, Lacroix and Gahey the back 3, Munoz and Mitchell the wing backs, with Hughes and Wharton behind Sarr and Devaney. Mateta leads the line, and as I say, Nottingham Forest are unchanged. So Sells in goal. It's a back 4 of Williams, Murillo, Milenkovic and Aina, Anderson and Sanagre in front of them, with Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White and Doy behind Chris Wood. Loads to look forward to of this fixture. Nuno's comments about Evangelos Marinakis and that relationship, the Conference League, Europa League fallout from the summer, and Eberechi Eze's departure should be a good one. Crystal Palace hosting Nottingham Forest.
And Alfie, I think it was our Guardian colleague Barney Ronay who described Nuno when he, in the dying, the last embers at Spurs, as looking like a dying Jedi. I don't know, have you seen Nuno? Does he look sad at the moment, given what's happening?
Well, I have seen him already, yeah. It's for those that have been to Palace and have worked in the media tribune, where you walk from the media tribune to the media room where we get food is kind of near the away dressing room. I walked past there. Nuno was on the phone. No idea what he was saying, so don't ask me that. But I kind of saw him in the corner with a phone call. And you just wonder, don't you, at the moment, of what is going on there. Those comments this week just don't make much sense to me, given where this club is. What is he looking to achieve off the back of them? We know that Evangelos Marinakis is one of the more fiery owners in the Premier League, the way in which he approached Nuno on the pitch towards the end of last season. I don't know what Nuno's looking to achieve with that. How he's received today, what happens today, I'm absolutely fascinated.
Evangelos Marinakis is likely, if he turns up, I don't know if you've seen him, is likely to get a rather hostile reception, and one presumes he would love that. He would thrive on it. Have you seen him around, or is he expected to attend the game?
I think what you might find, Baz, we might hear the whir of his helicopter. He obviously just lands, beside Selhurst Park. I think it was at the Olympiacos game yesterday. Do you know what? With Nuno, he knows that he's going. Right, he knows it's out of his hands. His people, or some people, had heard during the week that they were touting other managers, to come and take his place because he's fallen out of Edu. So he has nothing to lose. He'll be really relaxed today, and I think the Nottingham Forest players are the most relaxed group of players that I've seen come in before the game, because they had very beige outfit, weren't they? Beige T-shirts.
Yeah, you didn't like shorts. This though, Perry.
No, I just thought you're going to work. You're not coming off. You talking about Nice Beach. You're not coming off Nice Beach. Murillo's shorts were virtually down by his ankles, so they looked very H&M when they walked out. So they didn't look like they was feeling any pressure whatsoever. So it's brilliant. We've got two clubs here are in the best time of their sort of modern history in the Premier League. Everything should be happy, shouldn't it? Everybody should be coming together. And you've got both managers who were falling out with their owners and the chairmen, which I think is brilliant. So there's loads of different sort of stories going on. And this is going to be proper feisty. Yeah. It's going to be very, very spiky. There'll be tackles flying all over the place. So it's a pleasure and a privilege for us to be here today.
And actually, it's a really hard... Sorry, Alf, you carry on.
Well, I was just going to say, Max, speaking to a few of our colleagues up here in the press tribune, as they were saying, they've never seen a police presence like it at Selhurst Park for a Crystal Palace game. There is obviously a lot of tension between the two sets of supporters, so there's absolutely a chance, I think, we get a really fiery, intense atmosphere in here today.
Yeah, just everyone be sensible. Be angry, but be sensible. And the thing is, Perry, it's really hard to call the game, right? It's really hard to know. They're two really interesting, exciting teams.
They're very, very well structured, both the teams. I like the little personal battles. Like, we've got two excellent young England midfield players in Adam Wharton, who was fantastic against Chelsea last week. He stopped Cole Palmer from playing. He's got a brilliant passing range. And Elliot Anderson, who was, again, brilliant for Forest against Brentford, where he was just spraying passes over the place. He has that little bit of freedom. Sangare just stays behind him. And the ball that Anderson put through for Chris Wood's second goal was probably like the ball of the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Just splitting the centre half. So there's great little... And, Max, the resurgence of the target man.
Yeah.
The resurgence of the old-fashioned centre forward.
Today.
Big forwards up front. Mateta and Chris Wood just hold the ball up. They engage the centre halves, and their finishing is very good, especially Chris Wood.
Who has the bigger backside out of Wood and Mateta, would you say?
Think I would say that Mateta.
Yeah,
definitely.
He wears tighter shorts, I think.
Yeah, I think he's probably a 38, but he's slipped into the 36s, just to accentuate the glutes maximus. So just a lot of muscle in there.
Enjoy the game, chaps.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Albie Reynolds there and Perry Groves at Selhurst Park. Obviously, Sunday session, keep you updated. It's Game Day Live now. We'll keep you updated on those games. Charlie Baker joins us for our brand new feature in just a second.
As Lewis Hamilton, now at Ferrari, dares to dream of a record 8th F1 world title, the Tifosi will be hoping the Brits can bring glory back to Italy. To many, Ferrari and Formula One are inseparable. They're the only team in the sport today to have competed in the first World Championship in 1950, are the most successful team in history, and have built some absolutely gorgeous cars. Their first driver's title was won in 1952 by Alberto Ascari. Considered one of F1's most dominant and best-loved champions, he drove the iconic Ferrari 500 and defended his title the year after. It was Juan Manuel Fangio in his Ferrari 250 who secured the team's next driver's title in 1956. Remember, he was world champion 5 times with 4 different teams. Mike Hawthorne, Phil Hill and John Surtees also won titles for Ferrari in the 50s and 60s, and the cars back then were beautiful, and they even sounded great, didn't they? Anyway, Ferrari went 11 years without winning a title until Niki Lauda won in 1975 in the iconic 312T. Throughout much of the 80s and 90s, though, Ferrari looked like they'd never go all the way again. Le Professeur Alain Prost came pretty close in 1990, but lost out to his bitter rival and former teammate at McLaren, Ayrton Senna. It was only when John Todt recruited a swathe of staff from outside of Italy, including Michael Schumacher, that the glory days returned 21 years after their last driver's title. The turn of the century saw the prancing horse sprint to an unprecedented 5 consecutive championship doubles. And after Schumacher left, Kimi Raikkonen reclaimed the driver's title immediately. But despite employing 1,500 people, the Iceman remains the last Ferrari world champion. So, 16 constructors' titles, 7 more than McLaren, and 15 drivers' titles, 4 more than, again, McLaren.
Now this is exciting, isn't it? Hi everybody, well welcome to the world's biggest sports radio station. This is the warm-up. Max Rushden and Barry Glendenning with you. Brought to you by the good people of Travis Perkins, good batsman back in the 70s. Travis, for the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. Max and Barry, says Matt, on a camping trip near Goudhurst. I'm on a 5-kilometre dog walk in the glorious Kentish countryside and prioritising listening to your inane prattling over the sounds of birdsong and nature. Thank you, Matt. Do you have anything to say to Matt? You don't have to. I mean, I know this is our brand new feature with Charlie Baker, whose pass isn't working, and so he can't get in the building.
Yes.
Because somebody... I'm not saying a job's worth, because you've got to do your job properly.
And look, he could be anyone.
He could be.
He does look shifty.
Do you think he looks shifty?
Oh, yeah.
In what sense? Sort of like
shifty.
Bugsy Malone shifty, doesn't he? Like...
No, Bugsy Malone just looks like a criminal.
Oh, right, okay. So you know...
Charlie just looks shifty.
Okay.
If I didn't know him, I wouldn't trust him.
Do you think he used car salesman vibes?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Definitely.
Wow.
Well, he played, didn't he? Because Charlie's a trained actor.
He is, yeah.
This, listeners, if you aren't aware, you've probably guessed already. It's what we call in the trade padding.
This is padding, yeah.
Padding.
But this is good padding.
We're mugging furiously.
There's good padding. There's good padding and bad padding. But as you said...
Anyway, as I said, Charlie looks shifty. So it's no surprise security wouldn't let him in.
No, I understand.
And...
Oh, this is good. We've got a theme. We've got some music.
What's the spin-off, the English-based spin-off of Death in Paradise?
Return to Paradise?
Yeah. Charlie played a shifty mechanic, didn't he? And Charlie, I bet Charlie was really sad that he auditioned. I bet you auditioned for Death in Paradise and said, we're not sending you out to the Caribbean, but you can go to where you're from and record an episode.
Happier in Devon. Always happier in Devon. Although they filmed it in Cornwall and said it was Devon. peek behind the showbiz curtain there, Barry.
But you could tell, couldn't you?
I could tell, I knew.
Tell by the smell.
You can tell by the look in their eyes. All three of them.
These are Cornish.
So they let you in, Charlie?
Yeah, they let me in. That's good. Yeah.
Welcome, Charlie. Now you're here,
Thank you.
obviously, and are you going to be here every Sunday at 1?
Look, until they take me off air.
Security
on
permission.
one or other of the stations I'm on.
How was yesterday's Virgin Radio?
Very
2 till
excited,
6?
very calm yesterday. But
Was it?
no, there were some goals, weren't there?
Yeah, there
I
were
mean,
some.
it's a bit annoying when the Arsenal match has loads of goals, loads of VAR checks, loads of excitement, and we're not on air for that.
Are you asking to be 2 till 8, not 2 till 6?
No, I am not asking for it to be a longer show.
Such a big
Game on, Max, 2 till 6.
Game on 2 till 6. And so, you're going to come in every Sunday on this show, because it is an hour before the show. I reckon you'll start coming in at 10 to 2. Like
I
Chris
tried
Evans.
to get an earlier train.
That's all right.
That's why I'm late.
Fine, don't worry. You failed to get an earlier train.
And Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's packed, isn't it?
It always looks bad. I saw some people
at home.
Yeah, I saw people going off to Carnival. I thought, great for you, but that's not. I've been, and it's just a bit busy for me.
It's not for me.
It's a bit busy for me.
I can see Barry with some jerk chicken and some red stripe.
Yeah.
I love jerk chicken.
Yeah.
I love goat curry. I love red stripe. But I do not love Carnival.
Oh.
But there you go. But each to their own.
Newton Abbot Carnival was always good. Up Newton Abbot High Street.
Different, wasn't it?
The Tracy Troopers up at the front, the majorettes.
It's different from the Notting Hill Carnival. I think the Newton Abbot one. Anyway, we're doing so every week we'll do a feature. Charlie's going to host a quiz for us.
Yeah.
Do you need headphones for this quiz?
Any update on Squeaky Bum Time, which was discussed last week? Any Premier League footballers come forward?
No, well, Ryan Yates has been desperate to play, but he just hasn't squeezed one out yet.
Okay, well, until we get one,
we're going to carry on with this.
I've got no earphones, so I can't actually. So we're going to do intros.
It's an intro round, never been done before. The intro round.
Intro rounds.
Okay, does it have a theme tune for the quiz or not?
I've got some in my bag, but I sort of dashed into the studio.
Go and get your bags, all right? It's got time. Nobody cares. We're trying things out here. You're listening to the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Barry with you until 1:30. After us, it is Game Day Live. Sam Matterface, your host. All the goals as they go in from the 2 o'clock kickoffs, Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest, Everton versus Brighton, and the one at 4:30, which Barry Glendenning will tell you all about. Now, what's the 4:30 kickoff, Barry? Because I'm just padding while Charlie puts his headphones in for the intros round. The first ever intros round on radio.
The 4:30 game, Max, is
Fulham Man United.
Fulham's defeat at the hands of Manchester United. Yet another defeat for Fulham at the hands of Manchester. I've said the hands of Manchester United too often.
It's exciting. We're ready now. Does the quiz, Charlie, you ready now?
This is a shambles.
Got it. We're on. Let's go. Here we go.
Okay.
So it's intros. I don't know if it's 4 goals and 4 intros and a goal. Did we sort that out, Max?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't sorted anything out. I just said to you.
Okay,
I've left it with you.
I've just sent intros over, so I think
just music. Just
so
music.
This is some of the music we'll have on Game On between 2 and 6. We're not trying to take listeners from Sam Matterface's brilliant show.
Yeah. No, we're not trying
the
to.
Sausage Gilet man. I know he gets angry.
Okay, yeah, he does. So I Max with Barry and Charlie at the same time. It's like his wife meeting his bit on the side, says Will in Sheffield. I didn't know Charlie was an ex-Tour de France cyclist. Does he have the credentials to crash Sundays? So the game is...
The game is, I'm going to play you 3 seconds. It's very hard.
Okay.
3 seconds of an intro to a 90s banger that we will be playing because you get... Never miss a goal, never miss a beat.
Got it.
On Game On 2 till 6.
And is it like my turn or is it just shout if you know?
I think it's shout if you know.
Okay.
Unless you want it to be your turn, Barry's turn, your turn. But I think it's shout if you know. It's 3 seconds of an intro. Here's the first one.
James, sit down.
Oh, 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. They were straight in, wasn't he?
I mean, we need the quiz to be longer than this. But here we go. Okay.
Tim, the lead singer of James?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Tim. Wow. Yeah, well, Barry
once told me to sit down.
That's really good.
Very exciting, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, here's song number 2.
Cast Walk Away.
Wow, I think this is Max's wheelhouse, Barry. Do you?
How are you feeling, Barry?
I felt small at the start of the show. I feel small now.
This is the song they'll be playing at the end of the season for Sunderland over a montage.
Do you think so? It was Euro 96. This was the one. They played Cast Walk Away after Euro 96, and God, I can still feel it. I was in Nick Harding's living room, very sad about this.
Okay, it's 2-0 to Max.
Okay, so this for the win.
This for the win. And do we carry on then? Or
Yeah, we carry on because we got to.
Barry, listen. You ready? This is song number 3.
Dodgy, good enough.
Oh my God. If you like Dodgy, good enough. Dodgy will be on the show next week.
Oh, great.
Live in the studio.
Good.
On the Saturday, though, not the Sunday.
I'm good at this. I didn't
You're good
realise.
at this, Max.
I've never played it before.
Are you good at it, or am I just bad at it?
I don't know.
No, I think Max is.
I know all these.
Max is straight. I think we need a listener as well. It's Yellow 5000, whatever he's called.
That's true. Yeah, no, so we don't. Not a normal person. Let's
normal
get a
person.
celebrity.
Okay, yeah, celebrity. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I bet Perry Groves would be good at this.
I feel like they might play this on Sam Matface's Sunday session.
Do they?
I don't know.
They do this. Oh, dear. Not only are we promoting a show that's on at the same time, then we're stealing their features.
I don't know. Can you find out if they actually do this at the same time? What would be good is to play the song and then play a goal, like the beginning of a goal.
Beginning of a goal would be good.
Yeah, that'd be good. Would you be able to get that, Barry? Or he's looking at me.
Oh dear, that was a real.
Max is 3-0 up. Here we go. Are you listening, Barry? Yes. Song 4.
Life of Riley.
The panic. What I liked was lightning seeds. The panic was. I think you should.
It's all right. It's all right, Barry. Guess the attendance is next.
I can't go into guess the attendance on an already low end.
It appears very much that you
4-0
can.
down.
Do you want to feel really old?
Okay.
Yeah, why? Go on.
A little fact you can.
Oh, yeah, I can say this. Yeah. Lightning seeds there with Life of Riley.
Yeah, and you know Riley, who it's about, is Ian McCulloch. Not Ian McCulloch.
Ian McCulloch from the Echo and the Bunnymen. Is his son, is it?
Ian Brody's son.
Brody, yeah.
But Riley is now so old that he plays in the Lightning Seeds.
Oh, dear.
He's in his mid-30s, is Riley.
But he's feeling old because of how young Max Dowman is.
Yeah.
That's all life is looking at young people going, life is easier for them, innit?
It was desperate when he came on yesterday.
I want to be young again.
I don't.
Do you not?
No.
You should have let him take the penalty to miss it.
Yeah.
So everyone could go.
Being young is very stressful.
Okay, 4-0. Max, here's the Max and Barry. Here is the song number 5.
Losing My Religion, R.E.M.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 thrashing. That's Barry in the corner. That's him in the spotlight.
They're all good songs you're playing, aren't they?
It's all great records, right? Yeah. And then what'll happen is if there's a goal, we don't interrupt it, we just go, there's been a goal! Like that.
Okay.
And we have a bit of a chat. Yeah. Chat with some people, a few interviews. Spoke to Serge from Kasabian yesterday.
Oh, how was he?
You know, very, very nice.
Because I'm sure what Michael Stipe had in mind when he wrote Losing My Religion
was, there's been a goal at Selhurst Park.
This will be being played on the radio, and it'll be interrupted by an idiot from Devon telling people about
That's what he wanted.
The first ever goal scored in competition.
Oh, yes.
At
Not Goodison Park.
Yeah, at Not Goodison Park.
Oh, that's really fun.
Well, there, I enjoyed it. Thanks for letting me play, and we'll try and similar next week or something different.
We'll be coming up with a new feature.
New quiz every week. That's what I'll try. Let's try a new radio feature every week.
Yeah.
Is Barry?
We won't be doing that one again.
Any text feedback?
I don't think my earpiece, my
special
working? Services earpiece is working.
Is Barry having his potato now? Anyway, thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Charlie Baker on Virgin from 2 till 6 called Game On. Never miss a goal, never miss a beat. Guess the attendance. I'm sorry to say, Barry, is next. text. Does Charlie come all the way into London for that? The football season's actually started now. Don't want to play Name That Tune. Get on with it. Although Ben says, so bloody funny, Barry burbling while trying to get his lightning seeds out. I'm laughing out loud listening on my earpods while having a stick of celery at a Bologna health retreat. Lots of stylish Italians giving me very odd looks. And I'm not happy.
Bologna health retreat.
Yeah. Sounds nice. Does it sound nice? No. Bologna, there's too much good food to be on a health retreat.
You can't be eating celery unless it's in a bolognese.
That's true, yeah.
Which I'm going to guess was invented in Bologna.
Probably. Probably. At least guess the attendance is football related. Not like 90s so-called bangers, says this text. Welcome to the show. Today, guess the attendance is between top journalist Barry Glendenning and top comedian Justin Morehouse. Hey, Justin.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Yeah, really good. How are you? Oh, you're in a moving vehicle. You're in the back.
I'm in a moving vehicle. I'm not driving.
And where are you going?
I'm going to Fulham.
Ah, right. God, this really adds some jeopardy.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're watching on YouTube or it's a very bad heist movie and this is the getaway car. How's life treating you, Justin?
Life is treating me okay. Friends, how's life treating you?
Yeah, really good. Well, Barry we were promoting Charlie's Virgin Radio show and Barry just lost 5-0 in an intros round, which isn't bringing him in to guess the attendance with the greatest of confidence.
Well, no. You never know. Go for it. Go for it, Barry.
Thank you, Justin. I love when you patronise me ahead of a game.
I'm not patronising you. Just, it is what it is.
Yeah, that was...
How do we think guess the attendance is going to go with that the Dalek of Morehouse? Maybe you could win by default, Barry. This would be...
I'll take it.
Hey,
I will absolutely.
A win's a win. Justin fielding an ineligible voice, so therefore can't play. Just to check, Justin, are you with us still?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
I am with you. Yes.
Great.
Let's just get on with it.
Let's just get on with it. You're absolutely right. Derby County won. Bristol City won in the Championship. David Webb of Lancashire refereed the game. Late equaliser for Carlton Morris. But how many were there at Pride Park for this one? Justin, if you can hear us, Derby County won. Bristol City won.
24,000.
24,000. Barry.
I will say 24,001.
27,849. It is 1-0 to Barry Glendenning. I mean, you say get on with it. We've got basically 8 minutes to play Guess the Attendance, Barry.
Who's driving the car,
Yeah,
Justin?
good question. Good question.
I'm not at liberty to tell you who's driving the car.
Okay.
Who could it
Now
be?
I really want to know.
This is exciting. Who do you think it is? Do you think it's?
It's Andy Mitten. Andy Mitten is driving the car.
Right.
Okay.
Is he so?
And Jim White is in the passenger seat.
God.
Jimmy White, the snooker player or the journalist?
Not your Jim White, my Jim White.
Your Jim White.
Okay.
So we could have got a really good Man United section out of this. We could have really done this, but instead we're just trying to find out how many people went to Brentford, Aston Villa.
The weirdest thing about this is that Andy Mitten is such a robot about this that he knows all the scores, so I can't even look at him because he'll try and help me.
Okay. But
he probably went to half these games yesterday anyway.
Presumably, he's turned his radio down because he understands, the logistics of the wireless, so he can't hear what attendances we're asking you to guess.
No, he's not. No, I don't think that works like that. No, because I'm on loudspeaker, so he can hear, but I'm refusing to accept help.
Okay,
I'm playing by the rules, guys. I'm playing by the rules.
No, you should play by the rules.
And are you going to have to help Andy sell copies of Red Issue outside Craven Cottage?
United we stand.
Or United we stand, even. Sorry. Sorry, Andy. Oh, dear.
Hello. Hey, mate. Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that was fun.
Not for me.
Tony Harrington of Yorkshire refereed Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. Dango Ouattara's 12th minute goal on his debut for Brentford after signing for £42.5 million from Bournemouth. But how many were there at the G-Tech to watch Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0? Barry.
18,340 people.
18,340.
Lower than that. No, it was a full house, so I'd say, what do you say? I'd say 18,000 because it's a lot lower than that.
16,838. It is Barry 1, Justin won, assisted by Andy Mitten.
Andy Mitten and Jim White are doing what everybody does who listens to this feature. They're playing along in front of the car themselves.
Oh, really good fun. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad they're having a good. This is exciting.
Put this to the talkSPORT paymasters. We say this feature isn't a goer, even though it's been going for 10 years.
Does this mean I'm being beaten by 3 people rather than just you?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go to Coventry, everybody. Let's go to Coventry. Jim,
They own it now.
Justin and Barry. Adam Herzig, Werner's son, of Gateshead, refereed Coventry 7, QPR 1. They were 5-0 up at the break, I think.
Followed by M25.
It's good. Good to see they're going in the right direction.
I thought Andy Mitten would know how to get to Craven Cottage without assistance.
Adam Herzig of Gateshead refereed Coventry 7, QPR 1. But how many were there, Justin, at the CBS Arena?
Which they've just bought off the Debenhams group, haven't they?
They have, yeah.
Oh, wait, well, they have, yeah. 29,000.
29,000. Barry?
28,999.
29,015. What a guess from Justin Wise. That's really good. Mitten and White. Mitten almost swerves off the road with the quality of that guess. Jim White is writing a 2,000-word article for the Telegraph about that. If he's still at the, I don't know, presume he's at the Telegraph. Maybe I've got that wrong, but Barry's made a mistake already, so that's totally fine. It is Justin 2, Barry 1 as we go to...
No, it's not. It is.
It is.
What?
It is Justin 2, Barry 1.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
It is, yeah, it is. Andy knows the score.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Ollie Yates of Staffordshire refereed AFC Wimbledon 2, Barnsley 0. Matty Stevens and Antoine Hackford with the goals. But how many were there at Plough Lane to watch AFC Wimbledon beat Barnsley 2-0 in League One? Barry, it's your guess.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
AFC Wimbledon's... It's bigger than I thought it was, but still not very big. 5,500.
5,500. Justin?
I think I'm going to showboat.
Okay.
7,500.
8,361. Yes. Oh, the sadness in Barry's eyes. It's been a hard half hour. This extra half hour has been a tough one. It is a win for Justin Morehouse, but we do have to complete the game.
A showboat, guys.
And a showboat, yeah. You can't knock it. Stucci says Barry's getting cheated. Andy Mitten's an absolute square when it comes to attendances and grounds. I mean, you would always have that. You could take
Well,
this...
he doesn't know the way to Craven Cottage, does he?
You could take this to the Court of Arbitration for Sport if you want to.
I want to know why Justin has to sit in the back. Why does Jim White get to ride shotgun?
Good question.
What? Why?
Yeah.
Because he's Jim White.
Is there anyone next to you? Is there a fourth member of the car?
No, just Andy's coat.
Okay.
Oh, Andy's coat.
Yeah.
Which is ahead of you, I guess, the attendance, Barry.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You're losing to a coat. But things are good. Let's finish then with West Brom Portsmouth. West Brom 1, Portsmouth 1. Elliot Bell of Liverpool refereed the game. But how many were there at the Hawthorns? Justin?
25,000.
25,000. Barry?
25,00001.
20,205. The final score, Justin Morehouse 4, Barry Glendenning 1. Score predictions from the car, please. Starting with Jim White.
Score prediction, Jim?
Fulham 1, Manchester United 2.
Okay. Andy Mitten, score prediction, please.
Fulham 1, Manchester United 2.
And score prediction, please, Justin Morehouse.
Fulham 1, Manchester United 3.
Thank you, gents. Safe journey.
Yes.
What a celebrity-filled car. What a football-y car. So football.
Right. I'm probably going to say something really stupid now, but after the last half hour, it doesn't really matter.
No.
You know when someone's on the radio, you're listening to the radio, and someone's on the radio, and they have their radio on, and you get really annoyed because it's such a rookie error.
Yeah.
Well, how come I couldn't hear... How come that didn't happen?
Because Justin was on speakerphone.
Ah, okay.
So we were just coming out of the speaker. The radio was down. Listening to the radio.
I see.
So there we are. Yeah.
Right.
Any other questions?
Nope, that's
We've
it.
sort of got a minute of
Okay.
with the show's done. We've done everything.
I thought today's show was good and I enjoyed it until the last half hour.
Right.
And we have made it clear we don't want that.
No, we don't want this half out.
And I'm going home now with,
Regret.
feeling full of, I'm always full of regret. More regret than usual.
This show has been brought to you by the good people of Travis Perkins. For the latest big trade deals, head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app. If you are so minded, Charlie Baker is on Virgin from 2 till 6 with Game On, but I'll be listening to talkSPORT because I believe in Sam Matterface.
I believe in Perry Grove.
I believe in Alex Crook.
Yep.
Anyone else?
No.
Okay.
Is there anyone else? Have I left anyone?
There's loads of them there. I believe in Alfie Reynolds.
Oh, of course.
I believe in Adam Bridge. I believe in Charlie Adam. I believe in you guys. You can take the baton from this wonderful show and you can make radio your very own in just a second.